Why do my breast nipples hurt whilst breastfeeding?
Oh, where do I start with that one?
It's like clamping on your nipple.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
really hard.
I know. Well, the most common reason is, as you just stated, is that you have a baby sucking on your nipple maybe 10 or 12 times a day to begin with.
Yeah.
So it would be very common for you to have a degree of nipple discomfort. And we call that just plain old simple nipple stretch.
Yeah.
Because your nipples, being stretched backwards into baby's mouth.
Yeah.
Now that should be the extent of the pain, though. So it's a bit.
But it was a surprise to me because I did a very well known charities course, and one of the sessions was on breastfeeding, and the lady said to us, "If breastfeeding hurts, you're doing it wrong."
Right.
And so I was breastfeeding, I was going, well, she's getting milk, I don't understand, but this is intensely painful. No one had warned me, and I was actually worried that her first words were going to be expletives, because every time she latched on, I was like, ah, and I would swear, because it was so painful, and I wasn't expecting it at all.
No, that can be a bit of a shock.
And it does, obviously, it eases, and then it's wonderful, and it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I was like dreading. And Ava was a hungry baby, like she's like me, and she likes snacking. Yeah. And it was sort of every 15 minutes sometimes. I was like, no, please don't be hungry again.
Yeah.
That's too painful.
Of course, yeah.
But then it gets a lot better.
Well, that's exactly it, how you've described it. And that's as it should be.
It was a few weeks.
It is a few weeks. No, well, you see, initially, you have that.
I'm hoping for the second baby it's going to be easier.
It might be. Well, it'll be easier because you know what to expect.
Yes.
So forewarned is forearmed. Yes. Well, yes.
Or less would be great.
Well, you'll be more confident to know what's normal, what's acceptable.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I think that if you have broken skin or cracked nipples, then
I didn't get any of that. I didn't have thrush, but it was still
well, that's right.
Very
it is painful because, you have this something clamping on your, very sensitive area.
Yeah.
And I think the golden rule is that if you are feeling discomfort, you should only feel an element of discomfort maybe for the first 30 seconds to a minute of the feed.
Yeah.
Thereafter, it's usually not uncomfortable until you go to, you unlatch them from the nipple. And then, as you say, if they want feeding again 50 minutes later, the nipples are still feeling a little bit on the raw side from the previous feed.
Yes. But it's completely normal. I think that's really important to be aware that it's,
yes,
it is painful. It will be painful.
It is.
That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean the baby's doing anything wrong. It's just
plain.
Our nipples are very sensitive, have very sensitive skin, and they are being squeezed and pulled and
exactly
in ways that they're not used to.
I mean, if you notice that the nipple is, becoming misshapen, or you see little areas that are breaking down, it's really important that when you're in hospital, you ask the midwife to check your latch.
Yeah.
If there's a lactation consultant around, even better. Yeah. Usually you're doing it correctly, but you just might need a little bit of fine-tuning. And away you'll go, and that's great. I mean, the other reasons why you would get sore nipples are, yes, if you get cracked nipples and infection gets in there, that's excruciatingly painful, but easily treated.
Yeah.
So you would need an antibiotic probably. One that's compatible with breastfeeding.
I was going to say, because some you can't take when you're breastfeeding, right? Because then it goes to the baby.
Yes, that's right. But I mean, there are a host of ones that are compatible.
Yeah.
And, if you need them, you need them. And if it means you continue to breastfeed, then you should have them. And your nipples will usually heal up beautifully, no problem. Thrush on the nipple can be painful, again, easily treated.
And then doesn't it pass from the... Luckily, I never got it, but friends of mine did. And it seemed to go from the mum to the baby, from the baby back to the mum.
Yes, so it is important. It's a fungal infection which spreads very easily. Yeah. And again, it's very common. It's not usually something that you've done wrong. But having said that, be very vigilant with your hand washing, especially after, trips to the bathroom, etc.
Right.
Because we do, women all carry a bit of thrush down there at times.
Is that right?
Well, they do, yes.
I didn't realise that. That's just all the time, is it?
Well, a little bit. Not enough to be harmful most of the time. or treatable. But I mean, I think the point is, at any given time, if you're not aware you've got it, then just be vigilant, as you should be with young babies. So yes, that's important. Rarer reasons why your nipples might be sore, you know, if you've got a skin problem, dermatitis or eczema, but again, that can be treated. Breast pain, you know, can be caused by engorgements, lumps, mastitis, and again, all things that are really very treatable, not reasons to give up breastfeeding, but definitely a reason to seek help. So anything that you feel is not right, and mums are usually right. They know their own body. Yes, follow your instincts. They know that you know your own body.